So first I wanted to bring up what the NSA is and what they do. According to NSA.gov, they enable network warfare operations to defeat terrorists and their organizations at home and abroad, consistent with U.S. laws. There was a lot of talk from the affirmative team about spying and privacy on American citizens, but for those who don't know, there is an unwritten agreement among U.S. individuals and their governments called the social contract, which according to dictionary.com is a compromise for mutual benefit between the people and their government. This mutual benefit has individuals sacrifice some freedom for protection. Therefore, people give up privacy in order for protection and to remain safe by the NSA. Also, there was talk about random hacking through the NSA, like they just randomly check your phones and stuff, but I have evidence that states that they don't. According to Keith Alexander, who works for the NSA, he says it requires them, the internet service provider or the company, to tell us the type of event that is going on at this time. So if the internet provider that you currently have or that you have or you're paying for finds something suspicious, then they will tell the NSA. It's not like the NSA randomly checks things just for the fun of it. Okay. Also, I would like to bring up that the U.S. Patriot Act is no longer, it has been, it's no longer an act, I guess. And instead, what's taking place is the U.S. Freedom Act, which is basically, it's like reforming the whole entire Patriot Act, kind of. And according to Lisa Macro on June 2nd of 2015, quotes, "The new system allows intelligence agencies to access the same kind of call records, but only by requesting the information from telephone companies with a court order," which is basically like the NSA needs a warrant to go through your stuff. So that is what the U.S. Freedom Act is. I also have another piece of evidence that talks about what the U.S. Freedom Act is, and it's a bulk collection prohibition that wrong piece. I'm sorry. Okay. So the U.S. Freedom Act prohibits bulk collection of all records under Section 215 of the Patriot Act. So it's basically reform for the Patriot Act. I'd also like to say that they do intercept phone calls, but they may they only if it's suspicious. They only use keywords to access this. So if there is a specific word that has something to do that might cause harm to the American citizens, then they will look into it. And when they are tracking, they've began to use CODIS, which is a genetic classification of people. I also have that evidence that states that the domestic surveillance is necessary for safety. According to author Nick Bilton of July 16, 2013, quotes, "President Obama has defended the government's NSA programs, saying they help in the fight against terrorists and ensure that Americans stay safe," end quotes. Also, I have another piece of evidence that states that they have helped stop 54 attacks or potential attacks on the United States. Also, I think that's it. Now I'm open for cross-ex.
Affirmative, do you need prep time?
Oh,